Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com if you want life coaching or mentoring. It's Monday morning, bright and early. Daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. That's what I want to talk about today, is the Mind, Body, and Soul program. Look, I don't get on here to be an entertainer. I have no interest in just simply entertaining you. I don't care if you're entertained. I'm not trying to be famous. I don't really care about monetization. I'm not trying to do this for money or a job. I'm 52 years old. I've had a long career, both in the streets and in the motorcycle industry. I had my reputation in the streets on both coasts, so I know what it's like to be well known, to be recognized, to have people come up to me at dinner and shake my hand, to have people want to hang out with me. I got in magazines all over the world with worldwide recognition. I had fans in South Africa, fans in Germany, fans in Australia with my motorcycle shop. So I've had that, I've done that. I don't need that. I don't suggest people look for fame. It's not what it's cracked up to be. It's a drag when people know who you are and you don't know who they are. No, I get on here for one reason and one reason only. I've made more than 1,000 videos with one single goal in mind. And that's to try to turn people onto a lifestyle that saved my life. A form of lifestyle management, a daily disciplined program of mind, body, and soul activities. And this is what saved me from addiction. This is what helped me get over my PTSD. This is what's helped me become successful in business. This is what's helped me become successful with relationships. This is what's helped me rebuild relationships with my family. This is what's helped me in every single way of my life. Without this program, this daily discipline program, I'd most likely be dead or in prison. I couldn't imagine what kind of person or what kind of life I would live. The only reason why I was ever able to buy this house, and I don't live in a mansion or anything, but I got a nice house with a pool, was because of this program, because of my daily discipline. The only reason why I was able to work hard was because of this program. So let's just get into it a little bit. You want to include activities from each category into your daily schedule. A lot of people can't do this or won't do this, and that's up to you. Life is about choice. I don't force people to become better versions of themselves. You have to desperately want it. I like to work with people who are disgusted with themselves. You get to a point in your life, maybe you won't, I did. If you're smart enough, you can get to a point where you're disgusted, utterly disgusted with who you are. It takes a certain level of intelligence. And when you get so fed up with the type of person that you've turned into, you have two choices. You're at the crossroads in your life, and you can either kill yourself. A lot of people do. I've known at least, I'd have to sit and count, but at least 10 people over the last decade who've committed suicide. So that's a way out for a lot of people. I suggest against it. And then the other path that you can take at that crossroads is a path of healing. The Mind, Body, and Soul program is a program of healing, but it's also a program of growth. You have to start somewhere. So for me, my point was to find a recipe where I could take a little bit from each topic, from the mind, the body, and the soul, and find the perfect day to sit and think about. I had to actually do this. What would be the perfect day? I know I have to go to work. I can't design a perfect day like it's a Disney movie, like it's some sort of fantasy. Go running through a field, have a picnic. Your perfect day has to be a realistic day. What is a perfect day? What's a perfect Monday? Sitting on the beach and drinking Mai Tais? Come on, give me a break. Stop living in a fantasy world. What's a perfect Monday? Think about it, write it down. And then do that. But add into your perfect Monday a full schedule of mind, body, and soul daily discipline. Of course you have to work, you have to do your laundry possibly, you have to go to the grocery store maybe, you have to pick up your kids and drop them off. You have responsibilities you do every day. Of course that goes on your list, your to-do list. But now you're also going to put study. Find a spiritual book, the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Tao Te Ching, anything. Find one and read it religiously. Get into it. Work out daily. Exercise daily. Eat right. Count your macros. Focus on protein. Get rid of some of these empty carbs and replace them with healthy carbs. Food is a drug, and you put all this stuff together and you find that you're changing. This simple daily discipline lifestyle, this lifestyle management has all of a sudden changed you, and you find a perfect day. What would be a perfect day? And you do it. And you make every day the same. You repeat that every day. I figured out how to have a perfect day, where I can get up from my pillow and go back to my pillow through the whole day and feel like, all right, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm not where I was yesterday, and I'm not who I was yesterday. I'm just one little bit further, just a little bit. Even if it's one step, you're not where you were. That's forward movement, that's growth. And that shit adds up. It's like saving money. If you ever have been the type of person to just take the change out of your pocket and throw it in a jar. Some people do that, some people don't. Some people pay for everything with ATM cards, so they don't really ever get pocket change. I'm a cash kind of guy. I was gonna get cash only tattooed on my hand after a bad deal one time. I got ripped off and I was just like, fuck, cash only. That's what I'm gonna get. No more credit. Cash, motherfucker. Look. You want to repeat the same day every day. Find your perfect day and repeat it. Do exactly what you did yesterday, as long as yesterday was a mind, body, and soul day. So I repeat every day the same. My goal for this week is to repeat this program every single day. I could write a to-do list, and I write to-do lists every day, and you'd be surprised, my to-do list notepad's over here, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I write a list every day. And I put in stuff that of course I'm gonna do. I don't even need to put it on the list. But I put it on there anyways, and I cross things off anyways. And I do this as a process of staying on top of my life, but it helps me to categorize and recognize my wins for the day. Little things, little accomplishments can propel me forward. Success breeds more success. And I found this perfect day, and I repeat it relentlessly. And then I've noticed that by the end of the week, sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes it does feel like I've lived a very routine life. I did the same thing every day last week. Monday through Sunday, every day was pretty much the same. Work out, go to work, eat right, read. I have my list of things to do, and I repeat it. Wake up the next day, I know exactly what I got to do, and it gets to be where I've kind of turned myself into a machine, a mind, body, and soul machine. And sometimes I don't directly notice the change because we're in the moment. And you have this incremental, this tiny bit of movement. So it's hard to see how far you've gotten along this journey. But if you've ever been on a hiking trip, sometimes it can feel that way. And you hike up a trail through the woods. And when you're hiking uphill through the woods, you don't really get a good view of the land. But then you come out to the first plateau. Sometimes there'll be several plateaus on a long hiking trip if you're going up a big mountain. And you get to that first plateau, and maybe it only felt like you were hiking for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It wasn't that long. You get to that first plateau, and the parking lot looked so tiny. The cars look tiny. The people walking around look tiny. And you're like, geez, we really came a far way. And all it was just one footstep after another. You're just walking along the trail, looking at your feet. And that's kind of, for me at least, what life is like. I don't look for an exciting life. I'm not looking for excitement and adventure. I'm looking for the same thing every single day. And when you get used to it, when you've gotten to a point where your day was so easy to get through. See, this is really tough in the beginning, but it gets easier. And you find yourself a whole week, 2 weeks, months go by, a half a year goes by. And this daily discipline lifestyle management program feels like it's nothing. You're doing it without even thinking about it. That's when it's time to level up. You know you're ready to level up now. You're ready to get to the next level of difficulty. And how do you do that? You add more. You add more weight in the gym. You get on top of your diet even more. You go harder with every aspect. You dive deeper into religion. You're not just some simple follower reading a book. You become a preacher. You take it to the next level. You start mastering the material. And you continue on like this, literally for the rest of your life. And you'll find as you focus on the incremental steps of your daily discipline that the larger goals, the micro goals happen, but the macro goals fall into place. And you're like, wow, I can't believe I accomplished that. But you did. It's food for thought.